Oh, that's some heat right there, bruh. That's all I gotta say. That's some heat. Way to come in with a brand new intro. New month, new heat. Yes, yes, yes. What is good, my people? Welcome back to Computer Music Academy's weekly homework podcast. I am your host, Tasherre Risay. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Welcome to week 206 of the weekly homework assignment / podcast. Shout out to the man, Jelani Beats, for that intro. Using that for the entire month of July. And then moving on to something else. We do this every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. EST, right here. YouTube.com/Computer Music Academy. We do an assignment. Basically, I give the good people at Computer Music Academy instructions. Do this, don't do this. Go about it this way. And you have 7 days to return a finished product. And we do the live podcast on Tuesdays. With that being said, we would greatly appreciate if you would come through and hang with us. Come join us in the chat and party with us. If you are a fan of this show, and there's a lot of people that watch the show afterwards, we greatly appreciate you. But if you are a fan of the show and you get an opportunity to come through, we would like to show you your love. For those of you who are here, put your name on the shout out list. Get your proper love, type exclamation shout into the chat, and we will read your name at the end of the show and give you the massive amounts of love you deserve. With that said, shout out to a lot of people in the chat tonight, yo. Who checked in so far? Who we got so far on the list? Agent Smith 78. Excuse me, my wife Somaya. No one you know. Jelani Beats. QB. Quentin Barrett. Dixi Freely. RTO Beats. Polly. Popo. They have actually checked in. Who else we got here? Kane is up in here. KB420. What's up, man? DJ Promo. I will create. Good God. Here we go. Gamma Pods is in the house. Fields is in the house. Who else we got, man? Who else we got? Did I get everybody? I think I did so far. If I did not, my apologies. Charge it to the heart and not the head. Well, the head and not the heart. I think that's how that goes. Excuse me. I would definitely get you before the end of the night, as long as you're on the list. Now, with that said, what are we doing? Well, I wanted to do something special for this particular week. I don't know if anybody else knows, but as of this week, we have been streaming the weekly homework podcast live on Tuesdays for 2 years. We have reached another milestone this year, and I'm so happy. Props to all my people at Computer Music Academy that actually are members and participate, and props to all of you good people who watch us every single week. Greatly appreciated, because if you did not support, we wouldn't be here. So thank you all for that. With that being said, we do a lot of different assignments throughout the year. In fact, we do about 40 on average. And, you know, we go through a bunch of different stuff. Or I should say, I put the people through a bunch of different challenges, making different types of music or however the situation may be. And sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you need to take the chains off, so to speak, and just let people do what you like. And that's what we're doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 12 submissions of people just doing what they feel. It's going to be a damn good show. And let's get it cracking with the man from Zurich, XZ Beats. Yeah. Wow. That was nuts. He says, inspired by Dre Smith's last assignment, his last submission for 205, which was last week. Shout out to him. Hope y'all enjoy XZ. Bruh. This joint, I say this all the time. Those joints that start and take off and they never stop. This joint kept escalating. He kept leveling up, so to speak, for those of us who play games. And it just got crazier and crazier and crazier. This joint is mixed. I gotta call that out. It's mixed so well, XZ. Sounds phenomenal, dude. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Whatever plugins, whatever process, keep doing it, for real. This sounds great. And then, because Dre Smith killed it last week, to say, yo, yeah, I was kind of inspired by Dre. This is stupid. Drum selection, oh my God. The drums were hitting so hard. Sounding nice and crispy, but then all the keys and the synth work, bruh. Bravo. XZ is a beast, man. Woo. Gotta start moving him back. I mean, he's been a beast. He's been worthy of moving further in the podcast, but it's like he's so reliable. My man. Thank you for that, dude. Hey, before we go any further, I have to shout out my main man, Taurus Beats, in the chat tonight, hanging out with us. Taurus is a vet. He has greatly inspired a lot of us. He's great. He's good people's. It's good to see him hanging out with us. Thanks for coming through, bro. And as I just typed in the chat, your spot is still reserved, bro. Come back. Come back and holler at us. Come participate, man. But no, real talk. Good to have you in the chat hanging out with us. Real talk, man. Thank you for that. All right. Let's go on over to the DMV. You know how they do over there, and we got several people from the DMV. Here's one. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, Joey. Yes, sir. Okay, Joey. Gotta do one of those. He says, excuse me. Hello, just turning in my assignment. The sample and drums I use are from the Lo-Fi Spaceship Sounds Volume 1 by Sarah, the instrumentalist. And shout out to her. She actually came through and watched the show last week. Shout out to her. And the synth sample is from flavors to Organic House by Hello Samples. Shout out to Hello Samples. Send me something so I can review it. Here it is, and I hope you enjoy. Joey is on something. He's doing his thing. He's slowly this is part of the of the assignment. Doing the assignment. The more you participate, the better you get. It's just that simple. And when Joey goes those weeks where he does not miss one, you could tell because he's just getting better and better and better and better. And he steps off for a week, and it's not that he slides back, but you could tell the groove may not be as great. He may not be in it as much as he should. However, this right here is pretty dope. Definitely would like to see a little more added to it, expanded a little bit, and who knows, maybe we'll get an OK Joey project at some point. I think that would be kind of dope. I want to pay you. But yeah, Joey, as usual, as long as you keep working on it, bro, that's all I got to say, man. Greatly appreciate you participating. Thank you, my mans. Now, this next gentleman, it's my brother. I love him dearly, but he's an absolute goofball. Why do I say that? Because this is only the second time in 2 years that he's actually participated, I believe. I could be wrong, but not off by much. However, he's here this week. Let's see what he's talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Detroit, Fields.
Hey, Fields, I need you to shut the hell up right now, bro. And by the way, I need you to make beats. Don't be over here telling me to make beats when I haven't seen any beats from you, bro.
About damn time. Fields, ladies and gentlemen. He says, "What up, dude?" Slang in Detroit. Since Tosh always making fun of me, making fun of my light skin, then I'ma act real light skin and give you one beat for. Hey man, Learn how to structure a sentence. I'm act real light skinned and only give y'all one beat for a year. And this is it. Then I'm taking my ball and going home. Hope y'all enjoy. Apologies if the mix is awesome. If the mix is off, I'm still learning. Peace. Hashtag light skin. Hashtag you might get another beat. Hashtag CMA season 10G. What? Hashtag we are CMA. Dude's a goofball. I told you. He's a goofball. Yo, that was dope. That was dope. I like one of the reasons that, because I do this show, and of course I do my own show on my personal channel, and one of the reasons I actually call people out, I say things publicly, and it's all in good fun. It's always in good fun. It's never me trying to step on people or whatever. The reasons I do this is maybe, just maybe, with me saying it and we know we got company around, and then said company may jump in as well and just put the pressure on you. That's all I want. I want people to participate. And Fields is dope. Dude has gear. He has gear. He got a whole damn studio. And I hear one beat per year. However, this was dope. This was very dope. Nice, slow, drug a little bit, but it was perfect. I like the bass. I like the guitar samples in there. I like the use of, me. I think that was from BBT Live. Me talking to Fields. That was dope. And it was like, okay, here's the inspiration. Now here's the product. That worked out perfectly. Mix wasn't that off. You can always go back and clean it up, but I really enjoyed it, dude. So thank you for participating with your one participation of the year, bro. Thank you. I love you, man. Thank you for that, though. Real talk. Real talk. Let's keep it moving, man. We got anybody that checked in? Mike Notes, what's up, dude? How are you? Late Past Music, a.k.a. Jay Bishop. What's up, man? How you feeling? Appreciate y'all coming through and hanging with us. And we already show love to Taurus. It's Taurus' peoples, man. Let's keep it moving, man. Speaking of a gentleman that was actually mentioned at the top of the show, let's see what he did this week. Ladies and gentlemen, my man representing Jers, Dre Smith. See, I don't know if it was on purpose, but it worked out. XZ had a beat that escalated and got doper as it progressed. Dre Smith escalated and it got doper as it progressed. Crazy, I tell you, crazy. What up, Tasherre? For this assignment, I used the sample and added some instruments and a couple bassline variations. I don't know how the mix came out. Came out pretty dope. But I hope you enjoy it. Peace, Dre, hashtag we are CMA. Dre. Remember what I just said? You talk to people, you say stuff publicly in front of company, put the pressure on them. Dre, and everybody that is watching right now, I need you to participate more because you're dope. Period. That's it. You're incredibly dope. You've been dope since you walked through the door. I would love to see you on a stretch where you go for weeks at a time just to see the progression, say after week 4 or something like that, to see where you are, because you're dope. And I know you're constantly working. However, I would love to see you work over here. We would love to hear you in the chat. I mean, you see what people are saying over there. Get in here, dude. This was dope as usual. Period. Mix was on point. All the programming and sequencing and everything you played and the chop of the sample, all of that stuff was point. I need more from Dre. It's that simple. I'm moving on. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Oh, damn. What the hell did student do? All right, let's keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. Let's come up to Detroit. Why don't we? Southeast Michigan. Holla at this guy right here. My man's No One You Know. Boy. No one is on a mission. He is on a mission. I'm trying to tell you. That was dope, dog. Before I go into what he says, I have to give major props on sample selection. That's been used many times. Hell, that could be a sample mutilation. But props on sample selection, props on the rearranging of said sample, that was crazy. This was an actual arrangement. Nothing wrong with hook verse, but I'm starting to see no one take the approach of intro, first hook, first verse, second hook, breakdown, whatever. And like he's having like multiple sections in his songs. Like you see how it ended. It had it had different patterns going out, but I think it hit the 2-minute point and it had like a closing part. But then it had another part that kicks in. I want to say that's around the 2:15 to 2:20, where it's just the strings, and then that fades it and closes it out. I'm like, yo, excellent arrangement, dude. And I give you massive props again because the mix on this is actually very good. Yeah, it could still be cleaned up a little bit, but I love how nothing is standing out and distracting or distorting or anything like that. This is very good overall. No one, you absolutely murdered it. Do what you like. I like chops. So I found Lamont Dozier's Trying to Hold On to My Woman, chopped, added drums and bass. Hope y'all enjoy. Hashtag we are CMA. That's it. It doesn't get any simpler than that. And absolutely killed it. No one. I see you. I see you, bruh. I want you to get there. Wherever you're trying to go, I want you to go there. Real talk, dog. That was great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good God. Shout out to Mr. Wallace. Checking in, hanging out with us, man. Who else we got? Cool. Looking good. Man, y'all killing it tonight. That's how we do. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Time to hear from a gentleman who is he's from the Far East Side, but I think he's somewhere else right now because he was telling me earlier he's taking a flight and going out to do some work. However, he's in the chat. Weird. Anyhow, my man's representing Beijing. Student. You. That was damn incredible. Student is a beast. He says, hashtag we are CMA. Really, Doug? Student is cold, man. Again, as I was just saying for a couple of other people, the more you participate, the better you get. It's really the more you practice, the more you're active and you're trying to improve upon your craft, the better you get. And this is one of those ways. I have seen Student really grow over the last, almost a year, because I think he came through in October, I want to say. However, in that time frame, he was already doing really dope stuff then. We took our break. We came back. He released a project, and he's doing even doper stuff now. This, along with a lot of his other joints that he's turned in this year already, is just like, whoa. I cannot wait to get that next project. Good God, Student. This was so dope. I don't know what that sample is. I don't need to know necessarily. But great use of it. Great rearranging once again, as we said with No One. God, this is just so dope. I can't say that enough. It's incredibly dope. I love how you arranged it. Real talk. Thank you for that, my man. Good God. Woo! Man, look. For anybody that's watching live and you have not jumped into the chat, thank you for coming through and rocking with us. We greatly appreciate you. For anybody that's watching the playback, we greatly appreciate you. If you are new to the channel, we greatly would appreciate if you would subscribe. Turn your notifications on so you know we go live. And for those of you watching the replay, we would love to have you come through and hang out with us one night. It would be greatly, 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 greatly appreciated, and you'll definitely love it. Trust me, because you see what's happening over there. With that being said, we would like to add you to our shout out list. We give love to our people. The people that show us love, we want to show you love. Type !shout into the chat, and it will add you to the shout out list, which is read out at the end of the show. Speaking of shout outs, we already got Tasherre Beats, who's a CMA legend, if you ask me. Also, we got my man Hypnotist Clark, who's another vet, who was here, who brought some really dope beats when he was here. Shout out to you hanging out with us. My man Gemini 4D is hanging out with us. But I want to get back to the vets, back to the people that actually built CMA. And coming up next, we have another one. Ladies and gentlemen, my brother, DJ Promo.
Today I've got some special news for you. It's finally a reality. With the recent 2.7 update, the machine software
Boy, if this dude don't come through with some head nodders, yo, I mean, just good God. What's up, fam? Well, it's about damn time. Promo is on Machine 276. I'm still kind of lost with all the new features and the new interface, but I'm getting the hang of it. Hashtag we are CMA 1. And I think we talked about that. If it wasn't last week, it was the week before. A couple of times, actually, over the last month. That promo, for the longest, has had an MK1 machine, the first edition, I'll say that. And he was still on the latest software of that came out with that particular edition. He was still on like 1.8, I think it was. So now he has joined us with 2.7. It's a completely different ball game now. It is. It's a completely different sport. Machine 1 versus Machine 2, and we're not going to talk about Machine 3 just yet. Two different types of sports. How you get stuff done is completely different. And that's why myself, everybody else over there, why we have so much respect for him, because he was doing stuff, quote unquote, the hard way and killing it. Now you got all these new features, all this greatness, all this ease of use once you understand it. He's about to kill the damn game. Quote me on that. Remember this time. Remember this. For real. Dope. I especially like the second part. When that second part kicks in, it's like, oh, okay. All right, cool. You're here, my man. Woo, props to you, promo. Good God. Yeesh. Woo. Having a damn good show. Shout out to Black Math. What's up, man? Shout out to Munch is Missing. Brand new CMA member. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for coming through and hanging with us. Speaking of hanging with us, this is my guy. Why? Because he really tries. And he puts the effort in, and he's beginning to really succeed, I believe, at changing how he does things and turning in more frequently. And he's already dope. In fact, he gave us our intro. Representing Illinois, one half of the Chicago Liars, aka Alternative Facts. Up first, my man, Jelani Beats.
Jelani Beats.
Listen. Told y'all, this dude trying to work. He out here working. For this assignment, I made an attempt to do some house music. Definitely have some other elements to add. I used some sounds from the George Duke sample pack along with a Rhodes, piano, and drums. Hope you guys enjoy. Hashtag we are CMA. Hashtag dirty old men. This was incredibly dope. It was. The only thing I have to say about this, aside from it being dope, because it's very dope, this needs a really good mix, Jelani. Because you got some really dope elements in this joint that are kind of clouded and everything's kind of sticking together for the most part. Some of that stuff needs to be EQ'd and some dynamics added to it and brought out. It has its own space, its own representation. A good mix would turn this into a radio hit, if you ask me, a club hit, if you ask me. Real talk. This joint bumps right now. You get everything leveled out and everything standing out. Yo, this is going to bang even more. Real talk, dog. Stupidity. Bravo, dog. We got to work on that mix, man. But I'm just happy to have you participating and trying some new things. Do what you like is literally do what you like. And you could go somewhere you went before, or you can go somewhere you have not. So, props on that, dog. Ugh. Good God. Shut up, Black Math. Woo. Y'all killing it tonight. That's all I got to say. Now, it's time to go to the other side of town. Holla at my guy, King Lurker himself, Mr. Down Player. Ladies and gentlemen, Agent Smith, 78.
Gather round, gather, children, gather round, riots, gather round, gather round, gather round, riots, gather round, gather.
Motherfucker, but I'm better than a lot of niggas.
I'm gonna just get it out the way now. Shut up, AS. Shut the hell up. Shut up. Just shut the hell up. Just. Bruh. And then he says, threw 7 random songs together and came up with this. Hashtag we are CMA. I don't think I'm stepping out of line when I say this is probably the dopest thing I've ever heard from AS. And AS has a lot of ridiculous beats. This right here, when you can tell me you've taken elements from 7 different songs, Bomb Squad style, and you came up with this, that's damn incredible, dude. This is so hard. Pause. Good God, yo. That's incredible, AS. This is the dopest thing I've ever heard from you. And I'm pretty sure that's going to change again. Good God, yo. Yeah, Gemini, as Gemini just said, do that more often. Good God, yo. Wow. I need my towel for that one. I need to take a sip after that one. Good God, AS. That was dope. Thank you for that. Going from some Chi-Town dopeness to some Sacktown dopeness. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray D 3000. Boy, I know I'm saying that a few times a night, but good God, y'all are clowning. Ray D with the West Coast Funk again. Looks like he's participating more. Hopefully he commits. He says, I used Street Swarm and Basement Era for this track. Again, I was trying to finish a track in under 2 hours just to see what I could accomplish. The results weren't too bad, I think. No, they were not. And the mix is a bit rough, but overall, I like it. I hope you enjoy. Peace 3000. It's already dope. As soon as the beat comes on, as soon as it starts, it's like, okay. Around the 15-second mark is where the real beat kicks in. And then you begin to understand that it's about to be really dope. Real talk. And again, it just progresses and it gets doper as it progresses. More stuff gets added to the sounds, more sounds, I should say, get added, and it just turns really dope. And the whole time, it's just head nod, just really feeling it. Because the drums are hitting hard, bass is nice, all the synth work is really dope. But then it gets to, I think, around the 140, and then you get that 8-bit synth. Oh my God. I've said it for the longest time. Ray D won the very first Bang Show, I believe. Yeah. I've said it for the longest time. Ray D is dope. I wish he would participate more. I wish he would put out a damn project. Hopefully, we're in the midst of seeing those things. More participation and more dope music from Ray D. Hey, you can't go wrong with that. I think you can't. Thank you, Ray D. Good God. Yeah, somebody said the OGs in the chat. I'm talking about Ray D, Taurus, Hypnotist Clark. Who am I missing? Promo. Yeah. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Ronald Beastly.
Give me some things to think about. Ignite me.
Let me think about it.
What is Ron doing? What is he smoking? What is he drinking? What is in his environment that inspires this kind of madness? Oh my God. I almost didn't turn in an assignment this week. I didn't really have a direction I wanted to go in. I started with the drums, sampled some African drums and some Japanese guy playing sticks from YouTube, then sampled more kicks and snares and claps until I was happy with the drum section. I played around with some Celtic music at first until I heard my nephew listening to Jill Scott, the song titled "He Loves Me." By far my favorite Jill Scott song off of that album and in her entire career. That's my favorite joint. Was placed on my chop block. I added a few synths, vocals, and bam, here it is. Hope you enjoy. What the hell, dude? What the hell? He chopped Jill. And killed it. Ron B is the real MVP. Good God. That was insane. Thank you for that, Ron. Woo! Man. And now, closing it out with a man in the opposite of his direction. He's in the north of the Carolinas. This gentleman is in the south of the Carolinas. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Gamma Pods. And then the insult of the boom, boom at the end. Get the hell out of here, Dad. Get the hell out of here. Like, I'm going to hit you with all of this and then get you a little double tap at the end. Just the There you go. There's a little bit more. Get the hell out of here, dog. Woo! Gamma Pods closing out episode 206 of the weekly homework assignment / podcast. You see that, right? You see the chat, right? Yo. What the hell is wrong with y'all? I need to move to the Carolinas, obviously. I need to be in one of them. Because when you think about, okay, there's some really dope districts for music. I like to think that I'm in one, being from Detroit. Of course, you got New York, you got LA, or the West Coast, however. You got the DMV, obviously. You got certain elements of the South, or certain territories in the South. But then, as far as CMA is concerned, we got the Carolinas, both of them, because you got B.A. Mac, who's incredibly dope. You got Necromantis. Already know, I don't even need to say it. Ron B. and Gamma. I don't think I'm missing anybody. What the hell is going on in the Carolinas? Another busy week for me, but I found time to put this together. Not the best mix, but shut up. I'm not even reading the rest of it. This was sick. This was sick. I don't know if Gamma is actually tired of me and everyone else complimenting him and saying he's great. But man, I don't know how you do what you do. I don't. I do what I do because this is all I do. And I'm able to get a nice amount of stuff done as long as I'm healthy. But the majority of the people at CMA have jobs, full-time jobs. Sometimes they work extra hours, 12, 16-hour shifts. Then they go home. They got families, the majority of us. And then you find time to pull up Machine or pull up Push and make some heat. Nothing but massive salutes on all of that. And then you got people like Gamma who brings this type of caliber, this level of quality every week. I don't like you anymore, dog. God damn. Woo. Thank y'all for coming out tonight, man. If you have not already, put your name on the shout out list. Type exclamation shout into the chat. And I will definitely shout you out right now. As we're getting ready to head home. Shout out to Jelani for the intro. Using that for the rest of the month. We do this every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. EST, right here. YouTube.com/Computer Music Academy. Would greatly appreciate if you came and hung out with us one night. And if you're watching this for the first time, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live. Also, please share the podcast. If you really like it and appreciate it, please share it. Every one of you who are watching this podcast has a social media profile. Please put a podcast on there. Hopefully on a regular basis. We would greatly appreciate that love. Let people know what's going on. Let's get some shouts out. Agent Smith 78. My wife Samaya. Love you, baby. No One You Know. Jelani Beats. QB. Quentin Barrett. Dixi Freely. RTO Beats. Polly. Popo. Thelonious Drunk, a.k.a. Kane. KB 420. Good seeing you earlier, bro. Thanks for coming through and hanging out at this one as well. DJ Promo. Fields. Hey. It's good to see you around, bro. Good to hear you. Need to hear that more often. All right. Gage Littlefield. What's up, man? Gamma Paz. Late Pass Music, a.k.a. Jake Bishop. Student. Black Mav. Gemini 4D. Taurus Beats. Good to see you, big bro. Love you much. Definitely would like to see you more. And definitely hear you. My man Davenport. Much is missing. Greatly appreciate all of y'all coming through and hanging out with us tonight. It's been another great episode. Enjoy your holiday. Enjoy the rest of your week. And be sure to come back and holler at us next week. We would greatly appreciate that if you did that. Until next time, have a great week. We'll talk to you next Tuesday. Peace!